surgery because I feel so much better. And, by then, what do you want? You want the surgery because you want to have that out of there. It was one tumor. Well, it was just one. It wasn't a polyp at that time. Then it was a tumor. Then it was, the tumor was 4.5 centimeters, which, by the way, is a little bit smaller than a golf ball. Yes. So, and as it turns out, you really can't stage things perfectly until they do the surgery. So, because if it's stage 4, they can tell because then it's another organ. So it wasn't stage 4, so that was good. So it actually ended up being stage 2, but it was bad stage 2 because it had broken through the wall a little bit. But not stage 3, so that was good. And it all turned out fine. I mean, hopefully, knock on wood, it turned out. So I had surgery, and then I had chemotherapy for 6 months. And then I was done. And then in October of last year, actually, after chemotherapy was done, I had a CT scan that showed nothing wrong. And then I've had one subsequently that also showed that, everything is fine. So you do that now I have to have another one in a year. And I go to see the doctor every 3 months. They can tell it's not stage 4 before then, but then they can't tell, I guess. I mean, that was
Right.
He called on the phone actually after I was home for a couple days. My reaction was, actually he called and he said, well, it's stage 2, but it's bad stage 2, so we're going to have to do some chemotherapy. And I said, well, oh, good, because I kind of wanted to have some chemotherapy just to make sure it was done. And he said, you cannot dictate whether or not you're going to have chemotherapy. That's what we do. I was like, oh, well, then I'm still glad. And as it turns out, it wasn't that much fun. Well, because I wanted to make sure it was really gone. I mean, if it would have been stage 1 and everything was contained, and then that would have been fine. But so I just wanted to make sure I didn't have cancer. And to me, in my mind, chemotherapy was the way to go about that. They removed 12 inches of my colon. Well, I have to be careful about what I eat. It's amazing what they can do. So I was in the hospital. I had surgery on Tuesday, and I got out on Friday, actually kind of Friday morning. Aaron was there. And another thing is, who wants to be in a hospital? So anything they told me to do, man, I would do it 10 times over. Like, you want to walk down the hall? It's the middle of the night, and I want to walk down the hall because I want to get out of here. I just really wanted to get out. As good as it was before. Still could lose some weight. But, it's good. I don't think you do feel worse for it. So I think that's a difference, too. Like, that's why that putting your head in the sand kind of attitude that I have is good. Because you just, you don't, like, I didn't even know about that anyway. Although I will say Dr. Ludwig said, because it was hand-assisted